gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. Welcome to Greed Corp. Yeah, smooth. Greed Corp. Yeah, it's a hex-based strategy game. It was on PlayStation 3 and 360 for quite some time. It came to Steam a couple of days ago. I've been pretty intrigued to actually give this a try. I heard that it got pretty good reviews over on the 360 and PS3 platform, so finally, now that it's on PC, I can actually record it. Now, I decided to go through this and do the tutorial first because it's a strategy game, and this is why. Yeah, there are 10 tutorials. This took me probably about 40 minutes to complete all of them, so I didn't really want to show people that, and I wanted to give people a bit of an impression of what's going on. So this is by, I believe, a company called simply, and they put this together as a multiplayer-focused, hex-based, turn-based strategy game. We're going to see exactly what's going on with it. Before I start, I'd like to get a little bit of bitching out of the way. Okay, so you see all of these are unlocked, yeah? Well, they weren't when I started. You had to play each tutorial in sequence, and indeed this one in particular kept punishing you every time you did something wrong and starting the level over again. Please do not do this. Understand that the kind of people that want to play hex-based strategies, even if they are very much casual and quite simplistic and pretty minimalistic, are the kind of people that are okay with skipping tutorials to go onto the bits they're actually interested in. So making me go through, say, the tutorial to build ammo to load a cannon was kind of pointless, because it was really easy to figure out. But for instance, I would quite like to know about this. You know, this is the basic information. So why they did that, I really do not know. What I'd also like to complain about is the fact that you can't speed up the AI's turns in any way. I had a look at settings, nothing there. It's all graphics options. So no, can't change any of that. Little bit annoying. Anyway, that's that nonsense out of the way. You've got your general sort of introduction here. If you want to skip the tutorial, you could probably have a look at this. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's the most useful, but hey. There are no real hotkeys per se, but you do have these F1 to 8, which you get, if you learn them, you can use those as hotkeys. It's just not all that intuitive. And it does have full keyboard control as well as mouse, which I will demonstrate that I very much appreciate. So, without further ado, let's kick off the campaign, folks. Let's start right at the beginning here. Now, we do have a number of options. We can actually do these different factions right here. This is difficulty. They all do exactly the same thing. They just look different. The free men are the first one, and the pirates, the cartel, and the empire at the end. The thing is, you need conquest points to unlock these levels. So I've got none right now. So you really actually have to start the free men. You get unlimited turn time here, and then all the way through to here at 60 seconds, and things get a little bit hectic. You've got this. You also have a create a battle option, which allows you to put a battle with up to 4 players together. You can either have local plays. Yes, it does have local play, which is good. There's no fog of war or anything in this game, so it's not like you actually have any problems with that. Local player, computer player, etc., etc. So we could set up a bot right there. We could have them play Empire. There we go. Would you mind explaining to me, however, why exactly half of the maps are locked? Why would you do this? Why do I have to unlock maps? Actually, over half of the 2-player maps are locked right now at the start. Unbelievably stupid. I don't know why you would actually demand people unlock maps. Why can't we play on all of them to start with? I don't know. Anyway, let's do some campaign, folks. I'll show you exactly how this game plays. Now, it does have a storyline. There is literally no reason to paying attention to it. It is an utter waste of time. So, here we go. Hexes, folks. It has many hexes, left side and even side. Now, I'm the dudes who are made of wood right here. And these guys over here are made of... don't really know. They look like space-age pencil sharpeners. I'm okay with that. Right, so you can build a couple of basic buildings. You can build a harvester. Now, if you build a harvester, what it's going to do is it's going to generate credits. However, there is a downside to harvesting here. This is called Greed Corp, and it's all about strip mining. So, I'm going to put a harvester here, and I'm going to show you exactly what that harvester does. So, let's get forward, see what my opponent wants to do. My opponent's going to move some forces around. These are walkers. These are your main forces, and you can stack them up in various numbers. So, once he eventually gets around to moving things at a snail's pace, reminds me a little bit of Worms, doesn't it? I'm sitting here thinking, now, here's the harvester. bang, it'll slam into the ground, it'll lower everything around it by 1 tile. Here's the problem, if it gets too low, the tile will collapse entirely, it'll disappear, so you are literally strip mining the entire level. So you gotta be very careful with that. The cool thing about that is you can use harvesters as offensive weapons as well. So say I could pop a harvester here, and it would start reducing the level of land there. I can also self-destruct a harvester, which will cause it to immediately explode, destroying the tile it's on, and lowering everything else around it by 1. It's kind of neat. Now, I can also build armories, which are very handy to have, and I would highly recommend it. But what we do need to do first is go capture some territory. Now, this is really, really simple. So going out here, there you go, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, really, really, really easy to do. Let's move you guys over and around. Now, what I do like, and I'll show you this in a moment, is the fact that they do also give you keyboard control to move specific numbers of units. So there's no silly slider bars or console-like stuff like that, and that's an absolute joy to move. The interface is very, very slick. So, let's have a look at how much cash we got. We have 29, so I'm going to build some stuff in a safe area. If you build buildings around a harvester, those buildings are going to collapse eventually, so that might be a little bit unwise. That said, that harvester is placed on a hex that's 1 square lower, or indeed 1 hex lower, than the rest of the stuff surrounding it. So anything I build here is going to be entirely safe. So we can plonk one down here, that'll do, and we'll... I don't want to pop one there because that's quite low, but we'll pop one here as well. There we go. Right, and onward. I'm being deafened by eagles. Ah, jeez, God. So I turned the level of the sound down, and you can probably hear it through my headphones. Wow. Please do not kill me, Greed Corp. I submit. I submit. Oh, God. Right, okay. Before we do anything else, please, let's turn this volume all the way down. Wow. Okay, yeah, 3% is fine. We really don't... I don't know why it's as high as it is, but it is really loud. Oh, wow. Okay, right. Once again, the harvester goes off at the end of every turn. It gathers minerals from around there. Now, you see the ground below, it's actually cracked now. So what that means is, next turn, it's going to collapse entirely. I could collapse it if I wanted now, but it would serve no practical purpose. So that's going to collapse and disappear, but everything around it's going to be all right. Thing is that the ground around it's also going to be cracked. That's called critical. If anything reaches critical, if I say self-destruct a harvester next to it, I'll call it a chain reaction that blows up all of the hexes surrounding it, and you will see that in play at some point. Now, I need to build some walkers, so I'm going to do that right here. This is really, really nice, because it's very easy just to pick how much I want there. So I wanted to build 8, that's the maximum I can build from an armory every turn. So really, really simple. Just click it, and if I recall as well, I can also use F keys for this. I just have no idea which F keys to use. So let's... there, okay, right, there we go. Because for some reason it's not highlighted. They haven't written it on anything. So apparently F7 allows me to build, so I can go F7, 8, built. No problem at all. Ah, smooth jazz in the background. I love the theme of this. It's a little bit steampunky, and it's got that fantastic jazz stuff there as well. So I'm expanding out here to claim more territory. The more territory I've got, the more money I'm going to make, and the idea is to eliminate my opponent. So I'm going to need forces to do that. What I can also do is I can build some cannons, which I will show you once I've got the money for. There's his mining again. He's collapsing his own territory around there. That's collapsed a hex there, so I don't want to be around when this goes off as well. You generally have the time to move your forces away from it before it collapses, so all of this is going to collapse next turn. All of the stuff that's cracked, that's going to disappear. Now, he's building some cannons there as well. I'm not a big fan of that, so we're going to have to do something about it. Okay, this is all cracked, and my harvester's now collapsed. We'll move the rest of my walkers forward here. We've got good numbers, good numbers. Okay, 7 forward. Now, these cannons can be loaded with ammunition that you have to build, and then what they can do is they can lower the ground level of something they attack. So if they actually shot here, for instance, all of that stuff would be gone. So that could be a problem for me. Now, I'm going to retaliate with a cannon of my own, I think. I'm going to claim this nice high ground here. This is perfect for a cannon. And what I also need to do as well is defend that cannon. So, can I build anything else? No, I'm basically out of cash. Move everything I can over here. Cannons also do a lot of damage to stacks of walkers, so we might see that happen in the next turn. Alright, that's some of his land collapsed again. He's gone really crazy with his harvesting, as you can see, but he's also limiting the amount of land that he has available to him. Whereas I've got quite a bit of land, so I've got quite a bit of flexibility as to where I can build, and I'm also earning income from it as well. Right. So you see there, you get this amount that I'm getting here, I think is based on the amount of hexes that I have. I can't be 100% sure, but maybe we could find out. What about if we move this one forward? Well, it doesn't seem to have updated, so maybe not. Right, I do need to load this with ammunition. The problem is I can't afford any, so that's going to have to wait a little bit of time. Thankfully, he can't afford any of his either. Now, I'm in a position where I can attack the enemy right here. Now, if you... Walkers kill each other outright, so if I send in 2, I'll lose 1 and I'll gain the tile. So there you go. Nice and simple. Nothing, nothing complicated about that at all. I would like to push forward here. I'll grab this as well while I'm on. Sounds good. Now, if that gets fired on, I'm going to lose that. So I want to get some money for some ammo. I need 20 to do that, so I'm going to skip forward. Well, that's most of his territory completely destroyed. A little bit unfortunate for him. Now, if I could load that cannon and fire it, I could eliminate all of this area right here and take him down to a single tile. Now, we're going to go give that a shot if I can get the money for it. He's building his mining operations back here. He's going to regret that. So I'm going to load my cannon. Actually, I have 2 of them. When did I build 2 cannons? Maybe I had one already. Oh, whatever. Oh, yeah, captured one, of course. Yes, you can capture the enemy's tiles as well. And you'll take the buildings that are on there. Right. Now, he's got 16 units right there. So he'll be able to take my cannon unless I reinforce. So I'm going to move as many over here as possible. You can only stack 16 on it at any given time. That's mutually assured destruction, folks. So if he goes there, we're both going to destroy each other. And I don't believe that takes the tile. You have to win by having at least 1 unit remaining. You can see that I took some more tiles, so I've got 17 income now. It doesn't gain quite as much as strip mining, but it doesn't collapse your stuff, which is kind of handy. Now, I could also try and self-destruct something near there to bring the levels of his tiles down, but I think I'm going to just stick where I am for the time being. I've got some money. I'll be able to fire next turn once that's been loaded. In the meantime, I'm going to grab a few more of these units. There we go. I'll have 6 more walkers. And skip. Now, I don't think he can afford to load that cannon, and he's just collapsed his own land. Congratulations to him. Not the smartest thing I've ever seen happen. Bear in mind, this is, of course, the first level, so yeah, it's a little bit easy. Right, now, what can I do? Well, I could fire this cannon, or that one. That one doesn't have any ammo in it, so I guess we're firing this one. Now, range-wise, I could hit this. If I hit this, it's going to chain react and destroy everything else, so I'm going to do that right now. Fire the missiles! Fantastic. Love the fireworks. Achievement points, yes! It is delicious! I don't care about achievements. Please don't think that I do. Right. Okay, now would be the time to finish them off. Yes, the blighters. Now, annoyingly enough, there you go. You can type 16. Fantastic. Kill him! Thank you! And that's the basics of it, folks. Nice and simple, but a lot of possible tactical things you can do, strategic elements to this game. So, to demonstrate that, I'm going to go online. Oh yeah. Let's see how difficult it is in an online battle. Please tell me there are some players of this game. Join battle. Friendly match, any number of players, well, faction availability, they do the same thing anyway, so I don't even know why you'd even limit faction availability. As far as I'm aware, the factions are completely identical. Okay, let's see if I can join a battle. Matchmaking, folks. So I'm looking for some players. Please tell me there are players. If not, I'm playing against the AI, I guess. In the meantime, we can enjoy the smooth jazz. Okay, we have a player. Ooh, yes. You know, 1 player would just be fine. You can go up to 4, which I think is going to be unbelievably messy and very rage-worthy. Could be fun. Like I said, these games are designed to be played pretty fast. It's a fairly casual strategy game, but it is charming in the way that it's presented. I mean, it's got a great style to it, both in terms of music and visuals. It's not too complicated, but there is a lot of strategy involved in what you can do. Gotta be very careful. Come on. Thankfully, you can also check out your other stuff. So say I can have a look at the leaderboards right here while I'm queuing, which is nice. A bad port wouldn't let you do that. You see, this guy right here is the top. Marquis played 14 matches with 905 skill points. It's not bad. Do I have any friends that have this? No, because I am a lonely individual. Either that or my friends are just cheap. That's more likely. Yeah, there aren't a lot of players of this game, folks. Really, and it's not that expensive either. It's about £7. It's maybe $12 or something like that. Obviously, I can only see on Steam in pounds, but it's not the priciest game ever. Really, it's actually pretty cheap. And there are no matches, really. Okay, right, whatever. I guess we're doing a bot battle then. Right. Or, of course, I could just host one. Because there's one guy waiting to play, so why don't we do that? Right, we'll have a turn limit on 90 seconds, just in case they take too long. Looking for an online player here. See if we can get one. Now, I would like to be these dudes. Yeah, because they look awesome. Now, which of these will we choose? Well, we could do Makosh Down, which is the one we were just on. The Gulf of Angeron sounds pretty fun. Let's do that. There we go. Join the queue. Now, hopefully, it will actually get me a matchup. If not, we're gonna do bots. I'll give it 30 seconds. If it does not find me a matchup, then bots it will be. Aha! Wunderbar! Bring it! I'm so gonna lose this, aren't I? This is like my first game. One of the only people playing this online are absolute experts that know this game inside out. Maybe they already had it on the PS3, played it for like 6 months competitively. Esports, yes, indeed. Esports grade, Greed Corp. It's not likely, is it? Oh, my other guy's AFK, isn't he? Why? 10 seconds is what you get. You anonymous bastard. Oh, it's unqueued. How dare you? Fine, whatever. We're doing AI. Okay. I'm gonna go on this one here. We don't need a time limit, and off we go. Right. Okay. Well, this is a nice, safe place to build a harvester. In fact, this map is just designed for noobs. It's like, here's this location that you can build a harvester, you'll get loads of money, and there is absolutely no risk to your property at all. Which is wonderful. Here as well is probably a good place for it. See what the AI does. If he's got any sense, he's gonna... No, he apparently doesn't have any sense. He's gonna build there instead of here. Right? This is on expert, is it? You know, after all this is gonna kick my ass, so I probably shouldn't be bragging about this. Okay. Money! Greed is good, folks. Greed is good. We're gonna have another harvester right here, because that's a nice, safe place to put it. Advance my forces, one after another. And can I build an armory? Yes, I can. Can I build an armory in a safe location? Yes, I can. Right here, in fact. It's good. We'll have one here as well. That sounds good. All right. Now, I have to wonder, did that actually reduce them both? Yeah, I think it did. If you stack harvesters one on top of another, I'm fairly sure it reduces the whole lot. Although, I don't know, actually. Maybe it doesn't. It didn't look like it, did it? Huh. What an intriguing idea. No, I don't think it does. Huh. Right. Well, that is interesting. So there is a benefit to stacking harvesters up. You can do it like this, and you will gain more resources, but I assume that it only mines the same square once. Ah, that would be why. There you go. Surprisingly tactical, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right, I can build some stuff. So I'm going to build some stuff. Sounds like a great idea. I'm going to build 8 walkers here. And you know what? I think we'll build some walkers here as well. F7 is your hotkey for that. And 8 more walkers. Now, this bit right here would be good. Do I want to collapse the rest of my stuff? That's not really going to benefit me in any way, is it? Because it's only going to mine that square, and then the rest of it is going to go down, and yeah, it'll be a total pain. So we're going to lose the rest of it here. What I'd be concerned about is if we get any cannon fire on this area, it's going to collapse everything. But hey, should be alright. Onward. I can only imagine how madcap this would be in 4-player. I think it would be fairly ridiculous. Enjoyably so. Again, very, very rage-worthy. You need people on vent, of course, because there's no way to actually communicate otherwise. They didn't bother to put in even a chat system. Okay. Now this entire area is now vulnerable to cannon fire. Not a good thing. Not at all. What I will do is I'm going to advance here. Now, he has 4 forces there. I'll move one... there we go. Yep, that's good. So he's not going to be able to take that out, and I'll advance my forces there as well. Now, I could use a cannon, but I think I'm just going to take his. Sounds like a much better idea. Greed is good. Alright, there we go. And another 8 walkers. Mining not going too well. Thing is, I don't really need this spot now, do I? I might as well just mine it out. There we go. I'm going to plonk one right here. I'm not going to plonk one there because that would be silly. But I don't have access to here, so I'm going to plonk one here as well. There you go. So that's going to get the minerals from there. Last one turn. But as long as I get some money out of it, that's all that matters, right? Indeed. It is the American way. Right, he's got a shell, so he's going to fire next turn. I need to take him out. I do have the numbers for that, though. He's not going to be able to stop me. Wonderful strip mining. Right, I'm going to send in 8 units here, which will be enough to eliminate him. Yoink, there we go. And that will be my cannon now, thank you very much, which means you, sir, are in a lot of trouble. And in the meantime, I'm going to mutually assured destruction him there, and I will advance and take that territory. Looking good. So you don't have a cannon. I don't have a carryall to get to you, but I don't need one, because I will have a cannon very shortly. And you will despise me for it. Oh look, you only have 2 tiles left. That could be very unfortunate for you. Question is, does he have money to load the gun? I'm hoping not. I've suddenly realized that I'm now collapsing my own stuff as a direct result of this, but that's going to go down there, so not too worried there. I have a shell. Let's fire the missiles. Now, I could collapse that, but it serves no practical purpose, so let's just fire it here. And then what I can do is I can build a carryall to finish the job. There you go. What's with the seagulls, anyway? Heck if I know. Now, I'll have to wait a turn for our carryall to be available, I think. Yep, that would be correct. So, we'll see what he decides to do with this cannon. It takes a turn to load the cannon, so I would no risk of being hit by that at all. But he is building a lot of walkers. However, he's built 1 less than he actually needs to defeat me. So, let's punish him for his error. I mean, I suppose there's not all that many tactical possibilities on this map, so maybe that's why the AI is playing incredibly badly, but hey, you never know. This game is designed with multiplayer in mind. There we go. Now you are basically screwed. He's got nothing he can build, and he's going to lose next turn. Oh, if I wanted to be really, really unreasonable, can I build there? Oh, yes. He's going to regret this. Oh, bollocks, he took it back from me. Well, I'm not very happy about that at all. Something must be done. He's going to mine himself out. He's going to lose that little square there, and he's not going to be able to do anything. Okay. Well, I need another bloody carryall, don't I? Okay, I'll build another one of those. Just give up. You know, this is the time in StarCraft where you'd be GGing. This guy's like a Terran player flying his command center into the corner of the map and laughing at you. Fire the missiles. Not quite collapsed yet. We're going to need more firepower than that, but I can go steal it. Now I've got a carryall. So, it's all good. Oh, yes. You are mine. This is what I like to call a hostile takeover. Yes, indeed. Conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, on this particular game. Nice and simple. A lot of tactical possibilities, though. That's the best thing about it. It's this very minimalistic strategy game where bad things can happen, and often it's of your own making. I like that. I like being punished for doing something incredibly dumb, as you probably figured out from watching my videos. Pick it up on Steam, folks. It's also available on 360 and PlayStation 3. It really doesn't have a lot of players right now, and I think that's very unfortunate, so... Despite a couple of problems with the port, like the fact that you can't speak in-game, that's kind of annoying, unless I'm missing something. Was there anything here? Any info about controls? Can I type? No, you can't, so there you go. Otherwise, good keyboard controls, which is nice for a console port. Nice music, nice aesthetic. Why you have to unlock maps, I really will never know. And honestly, you really don't need to go through the tutorial. I pretty much just showed you everything you need to do right there. It's very simple to learn. Greed Corp, ladies and gentlemen. That was a WTF Is production for CynicalBrit.com and the channel Total Halibut. My name's been Totalbiscuit. I will see you next time.